There were some obstacles. We decided to do the club during the day because we were in a predominantly Muslim area for the bilingual learners, and a lot of them would be going straight to mosque after school. So we felt an after school club might not be conducive to their timetables. So we decided, let's do it last thing in the school day. And all the teachers were very supportive, because obviously we were then extracting them from class, so in a sense they were missing something. But the head teachers, the families and the class teachers all felt that what they would gain from the experience would be more beneficial, you know, and so they were all okay with that. So that was one barrier, was like when to have it. Another barrier obviously was space, where to have it. And again, the very first club we ran, we were both fortunate in that at that point there were empty classrooms in our schools. So we don't have that luxury at the moment. Other barriers, I think, was just getting people through the door. And that is, to me, just all about relationships. So I would make a lot of phone calls and personal connections and go out to the gate, speaking to people, just introducing myself. And also, I think having the carrot of the bag to take home. So I would go around the classes and say to the children, you know, look at these fantastic toys and games. If you get your mum or your dad or your big brother or your auntie to come to the Learning Together Club, you get to take this home. And the feedback from the parents was there was quite a lot of pressure and reminders from the children themselves to get the mums and dads to come in. And you know, I think as well, when I look back over the years, it wasn't really the toys and the books and the bags after they had experienced their parent being in school. It was just having your parent in school was just amazing. It was such a magical experience that they wanted to remind them to come every week.
What about language? Was that a barrier for parents?
Yes, and no. We used, right from the start, we used interpreters. This has kind of developed for me because where I am now, the population here is different. There's a much wider variety of different languages of the children that I'm focusing on. Again, in the previous places it was predominantly Urdu Punjabi, so I would have the whole club would be translated by one interpreter or by one very proficient parent in Urdu and Punjabi. And so even if there were other children who were not Urdu Punjabi speakers, because I would be speaking more slowly, more clearly, using more repetition, using a lot more visuals, just all the things that any good infant teacher or a good AL teacher does, that was more easy for them to access, for both the parents to access and for the children to access. So using interpreters is really good. I don't know how it is in other authorities. We're just really lucky in Glasgow that education services, we get free interpreting services. We can just fill in a form and then within 3 days someone is here to help.